Hey guys, Camper15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I am back with another Tomo-Chan is a girl episode review for you guys. As we're continuing on with Tomo-Chan, and we got another great episode here with Tomo-Chan. We got obviously Gundo's entire, I guess you can say, her fears of a potential outcome of where she stands in the relationship with Tomo and June, which is actually some deep shit, man. I wouldn't say I can relate, but I can understand where she's definitely coming from. And then obviously June is still trying to figure out his feelings for Tomo. So that's kind of the thing right then and there. So yeah, but mostly this episode was kind of focused around Gundo. But, you know, obviously talking about our Tomo-June moment, you know, Tomo and Carol and Gundo, they're all having a sleepover, and they do kind of like a bet game, and like Tomo's bet is like, oh, we want you to ask June out to the fireworks festival, this like, obviously your festival episode, and you're gonna be by yourself with June, and she's like, oh, okay, so then she asks, and obviously June's like, oh, okay, sure, yeah, we can go. Yeah, that's fine. And Tom was kind of worried because it's like, well, is he really into this? Because typically he would be like, oh, hey, Tomo, yeah, let's go to the freaking fireworks festival and things like that. So she just goes with the flow, you know. In the meanwhile, June is practically like, you know, he's still having his inner thoughts of like, you know, the fact that Tomo changed. He obviously flashes back to the moment when Tomo first confessed him in episode 1, and he's just like, there's no way she means more than just friends, right? Anyway, my man, he's just having his issues figuring out Tomo's feelings and things like that. It's the same thing. I've already talked about this whole thing with June. I guess being a little bit dense, but really not understanding that his feelings for Tomo are obviously more than just friends. He just has to figure out, like, no, he likes Tomo more than just a friend. He just has to stop putting her on a high of a pedestal, because obviously the dude sees that Tomo is like making moves. She's like clearly hitting on him. If a girl's clearly hitting on you and saying, hey, I think we should hang out together alone at this fireworks festival, and, you know, maybe we should do this and things like that, you know, it shows you that, bro, I think she's into you. You might want to at least consider your feelings, or maybe have a discussion like, hey, do you like me or something, you know? But June always has to figure out his feelings. But obviously, this week's episode is definitely centered around Gundo and her internal feelings about a potential Tomo and June dating relationship getting started. They've brought up this element and gave us bits and pieces like, okay, she looks like maybe there's something she might have a problem with. And practically we kind of see how Gundo's kind of whole thing is, she's wondering, well, if June and Tomo do get together, well, how will things change? Will Tomo spend more time with me practically? Or will I just kind of be an afterthought for Tomo? In other words, she's afraid, I guess you can say, of becoming a third wheel. She feels like, oh, if Tomo ends up dating June, well, then I'm the third wheel. Tomo won't pay much attention to me. Tomo only like come to me when, oh, she has something to talk about or things like that. But in the meantime, she's just gonna spend her entire time with June. And we see how she kind of has an issue with this, and she struggles to do this. And I think it's kind of this whole thing of accepting the change and realizing that, listen, you know, maybe it's the best thing to do is even talk to Tomo about it. You know, say like, hey, I'm worried that if you start dating June and you guys become an item, well, where does that leave me? Are you going to avoid me? You know, and things like that. And that's why I kind of also do like Carol, because Carol is like, even though she is unique in her own ways, Carol also we do know that Carol does care, and she does look out for Gundo, because she genuinely cares for Gundo, and she considers Gundo as a friend, even though Gundo does get a little bit ticked off and annoyed by Carol. That's kind of the thing, and we see how later in the episode when the bullies show up to try to stop Gundo, they see Carol, because Carol's like, oh, hey, Gundo, how you doing? I'm Izuzu. And they're like, who the hell is this? And obviously Gundo's like, please, I don't know her. Now, we find out that Gundo obviously said that because she didn't want Carol to get into trouble. But, you know, we do get that nice moment between Gundo and Carol where Gundo's like, look, I didn't mean what I said. Like, you're a genuinely nice person. I do appreciate your company. And you are a good friend. And it's funny because Carol's face lights up. She's like, oh, you consider me a friend. Oh, let's hug and everything. But the only problem is she's absolutely dirty. I did find it funny how freaking Carol freaking just teases these bullies. And mind you, we see these bullies again. So these bullies still have not learned their damn lesson. We see, before they do the shit they do in this episode, they're like, we really got to get back at that Tomo girl. What can we do? And I'm just like, bro, Tomo has kicked your guys' ass on multiple occasions. Why would you mess with somebody? See, if it was me, man, I would know. If I got my butt kicked by somebody, I would not even mess with them. I'm like, no, I'm leaving them alone. No, please. If I want my butt kicked, I'm going to get my butt kicked somewhere else. Not by those fools. They've already beat me up. But you see how these guys continually try to mess with Tomo's feelings in terms of affecting her friends and things like that. And obviously, eventually, June finds out. Tomo then finds out, so they go to do something about it. But it was absolutely hilarious when I guess Carol's fiance shows up, man, because he ends up seeing Carol first, and he sees her practically with her shirt almost off. And this man shows up to the bully. And he's like, what did you do to Carol? And he's like, dude lost his damn mind. I literally thought he was gonna murder somebody. He had this like demon looking face, like he was going to kill somebody just because he thought, oh, the bullies did something indecent to Carol. And he's like, Carol's like literally the most perfect being, and you did something indecent, you're going to die for that. I kid you not. Tomo and even June were like, what is going on? It ain't like that, man. But this dude almost killed that grown man. It even scared the bully a lot more. And things like that. But you have that moment where Gundo talks to the bullies and practically is like, listen, don't mess with Tomo anymore, otherwise I will deal with you. And we also do find out the bullies are afraid of Tomo's dad as well. So that's kind of the thing. But June and Gundo kind of do have a little bit of a mini discussion and stuff. But overall, you know, it was a good episode. I very much enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of comedy, a lot of funny moments, but obviously you can kind of feel where Gundo feels. Like she feels like things are going to change if June and Tomo do end up dating. And you know, sometimes that's how some people in the real world feel. You know, you may have a really good friend, they end up dating a girlfriend or maybe even a guy friend, if it's the other way around, if it's a girl, and you may feel like, oh, well, is this person gonna not talk to me as much as I, you know, thought? I would always tell my friends, like, you know, if I ever get a girlfriend, it's not like I'm gonna freaking not acknowledge you. I'm gonna freaking give you, I'm gonna be a good friend, and I'm gonna still say what's up and hang out. Obviously, I would have obligations to my girlfriend, but you know, listen, I still want to hang out and be friends. So, you know, maybe Gundo has to have that talk with Tomo, you know, and things like that. But we'll see. But again, really good, solid episode. Your funny moments, nice character development moments for certain characters as we continue on with the story. But another solid episode of Tomo-Chan as a girl. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. If you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this week's episode of Tomo-Chan as a girl, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Tomo content or any other anime content I upload to the channel. So then, guys, stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.